The cruise ship, the Black Watch, heads out to sea from the port of Liverpool at approximately 5 p.m. on July the 7th, 2019. The ship would take up to 3 days to arrive in Norway. However, this gave passengers on board some time to relax and enjoy the ambience of the ship. On arrival in Norway, she moored in a place called FLAM, which did include many tourist attractions. One special attraction is the famous FLAM railway, which was just a short walk from the ship to the station. This railway is reputed to be among one of the most spectacular railway journeys in the world.
This is not only the most panoramic railway in Norway, it's also the steepest one. So it has a 5.5 steepness gradient, which means that every 18 meters we go forward, we go up 1 meter. Don't worry, we have 5 different braking systems on board. They're independent one from the other, so we are sure that we are going up with no worries.
It is said that FLAM has only about 400 inhabitants, and it receives over 450,000 visitors every year. The railway line, which runs between FLAM and Mørdal, is one of the steepest routes, with breathtaking scenery. The line is 20 kilometers long and was built under German occupation during the Second World War. In all, with the construction of 20 tunnels, it took a total of 16 years to complete. A brief stop is made on the journey at the cascading KJOSFOSSEN waterfall. This attraction is accompanied by a dancing holder, who is said to be a seductive forest creature found in Scandinavian folklore. In Norwegian folklore, she is known as the hula. The BRIKSDAL glacier you are about to see lies on the north side of the Jostedalsbreen in BRIKSDALen. The size of the glacier depends not only on temperature, but also on precipitation. The melting of the glacier has constantly varied over the years since 1900, but compared with the measurements taken in 2009, the BRIKSDAL glacier has receded undoubtedly since measurements had begun. The composer EDVARD GRIEG contributed significantly to the world of classical music. He was born in Bergen in Norway, and throughout his life he was admired for his music all over the world.
This is the dining room. This is authentic with the 3 large windows. It had a lot of light inside the room. Here also make the room seem a little bit more spacious as it actually is. And the most impressive piece in this room is that nice silver piece on the table. That was also a gift. As I said, they received many gifts, Edward and Nina Grieg, and that was a gift on Grieg's 60th birthday. Here you can see the young Grieg. He's 25 years old in this picture, and he composed the piano concerto in A minor at the age of 25, and that was his first success. Big success. It was an instant success, and it's still one of his most famous compositions, the piano concerto. This is the uncle who discovered Grieg's talent, who was a very famous violinist, very talented. He was called the Nordic Paganini. He had great success all around the world, especially in the United States. He was also very rich, and as you can see, he was extremely handsome. So very often during his concerts, many ladies passed out. So we call him like the Beatles, just like the Beatles. So we call him the first true rock star of Norway in the 19th century. They traveled in Europe, so Edward and Nina Grieg traveled all across Europe, all around Europe, and they held many concerts in Europe. And very often they also performed together. They had great success also together, because Nina had a wonderful voice, she was a soprano, and Grieg played the piano and she sang. So Grieg actually said that his wife Nina is the only true interpreter of his compositions. Yeah, he considered his wife the only true interpreter. So during the winter months they were always away. And they went a lot to England. They had many concerts in England. Many. It was one of the places where they went the most. Also to Germany and to Italy and to France, to warmer countries during the winter months. Yeah. You can see the Steinway piano in here. This one was made in Hamburg in 1892. This was also a gift. So Grieg, when they came here, when they came to Tolthagen every spring from Europe, they usually travel during the winter months. I told you in the bus that this place was not very suitable for Grieg's health, so they were usually gone during the winter months, but every spring they came back here. Every time they had many visitors here, many guests, many musical friends and prominent guests. So it was quite noisy in the house. And Grieg needed a place just for himself to be alone with his ideas and to compose music. So he got the composer's hut down there, his man cave, right? He got down by the fjord.
He lived for and dreamt music, especially of Norway's landscapes and Norway's traditions, which are evident in his work. He was considered a musical genius.